Earthworm Rescue Mission. One sunny afternoon, my little brother and I ran into our backyard. We were looking for our water guns before the day became too hot. But then, something unexpected caught my eye. Not a toy, not a bug we wanted to chase. A tiny emergency. I quickly turned to my brother. "Wait, I need water right now." Then I shouted, "Amma, I need some water urgently." Amma means mom in Telugu. She didn't ask any questions. She rushed to the kitchen and came back with a container full of water. I grabbed it, and together we ran to the side of our house where the afternoon sun was blazing. There, on the dry ground, were two earthworms. They were curled up and completely still. They looked tired, almost lifeless. Then I remembered something I had learned from wild krats. "Amma, did you know? Earthworms cannot survive for long in direct heat. Their skin needs moisture. When it dries out, they can die." Carefully, I picked up the worms using a leaf. I moved them into the cool shade beneath our plants. Then I gently poured water onto the soil. Slowly, carefully, making the ground soft, cool, and moist again. A few moments later, something amazing happened. One of the worms began to move. First a tiny wiggle, then another. Soon it started digging into the soil. "Yes," I whispered. "You're alive!" But the second worm didn't move. We waited and waited. Still nothing. I looked at my brother and quietly said, "Maybe it's just sleeping." Then we folded our hands and said a small prayer. We softly chanted God's name, and we prayed, "Dear Earthworm, if this life is ending, may you have a better life in your next birth." A little later, we noticed a third earthworm nearby. Sadly, it had already dried out in the heat. That made us feel sad. But we also felt grateful, because at least one life had been saved. Later that day, we came home and enjoyed some fresh strawberries from the farmer's market. But I couldn't stop thinking about the second worm. Was it really gone? Or was there still hope? Finally, I told Amma, "I want to go back and check one more time." My brother and I ran outside again, and this time we were greeted with a wonderful surprise. Both earthworms were moving. They were wriggling through the damp soil, digging deeper, finding safety underground. At that moment, I felt something special inside my heart, almost as if God had given me a small mission, a mission to protect these tiny helpers of the earth. We ran back to the house shouting, "Amma! I think God gave me a mission today. A mission to save the helpers of our earth." Amma smiled and said, "100%, my dear, I completely agree. Earthworms may look small, but they are true superheroes of the soil. They help keep the soil healthy, they help plants grow, and healthy plants help feed all of us. So the next time you see a tiny creature in trouble, remember this: every life matters, even the smallest one. And sometimes a little kindness can make a very big difference, because true devotion begins with compassion, and compassion begins with caring for all living beings." Thank you for listening.